I just need 3 things from you. I need a script, I need your budget, I need you to get the hell out of my way. I'm not a huge fan of academics. I'm not a huge fan of people that just teach and haven't done in 20 years. I like to learn from the people who are doing it now. You can't just give me a script. How much does it cost to make that? Was Matt Damon in your movie? Right, well, your budget just went up by $10 million. I mean, I can make an argument to do this movie for $1 million or $10 million. So really it's more like, well, how much can you raise? And then, or how much do you have? Or, if they really don't have a good idea of this, who do you see in it? How wide do you see it being distributed? But I have to get an idea of sort of what range and how big they're seeing this in their head. If you just want to go out and make a piece of art for yourself and you have the money to blow, go ahead. But that doesn't mean you're going to be part of the entertainment industry. That doesn't mean you're going to be part of the film business. It is a business, it is a commodity as well as art. That's where people get hung up as well. It's art, right. It's art, but it's also a commodity. I read an article the other, maybe it was a couple months ago, that just, oh my God, my head, I was like a cartoon, my head was like, I was so annoyed with this article. It just started with, okay, now you've finished your film. Now it's time to start thinking about distribution. I'm like, no, it's not. I was starting to start thinking about distribution ages ago. Like, from the script stage, you should have been thinking about distribution. And I've told filmmakers I've worked with, the smart way to do it is, they always have this script that they just really want to do. And like, well, have you considered your audience? Have you considered whether there's an audience for it? Have you considered how you're going to get to that audience? Have you considered, how big that audience is and whether it justifies the budget you want to spend, et cetera, et cetera. Have you looked at the market and how many other films just like it are out in the market? How oversaturated that is? I don't know how many times I've heard people say, I'm going to do horror because it's so cheap, so you can make a bunch of money on it. But you're only considering one thing. You're only considering budget. When I read the script, I'm thinking about story, and I'm thinking about the arc of the characters, and I'm thinking about conflict, and I'm thinking about why are we telling this story, but I'm also thinking about, okay, who would I get to play these? Could I get to play these roles on this budget level? Like, what are some decent names? Who am I picturing in this? I'm thinking about, and I'm presuming in this situation that the movie's real, that it's not just a script. I'm not just reading it for fun, but it's like, okay, we're making this picture. Like, this picture's funded, Mark, read the script. So I'm reading it and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna pull off that? We need this kind of grandiose house. A lot easier to develop the story in a synopsis form or a treatment form than it is to keep rewriting the script when there's fundamental problems in it. You don't start building the building and go, oh, it's slanted. All right, let's start taking out some bricks and try to get straight. You work all of that out in the design phase and the blueprint phase, and so that's what I try to get them to do. And the 12 questions is to me is like, okay, that's that beginning, that organic seed that we need to plant to make a healthy tree grow. And what's your theme? What's your thematic question? Like, why are you telling this? The thematic question is like the question you pose to the audience. It could be a moral question, it could be, or something else, but some question you want them to think about, like, is family really just people you're related to, or is it something more? It could be your thematic question. It's not overtly stated in the story, but it's kind of like in the film's subconscious. It's like what, the film is really kind of about. And then your theme is how you answer that question by the end. That's the theme of your story. So like, what are those things? I have a great story I think I can tell within that, and consulting with distributors and sales agents who know the marketplace. And if you're afraid to get the distributors and sales agents involved early and find out what the market looks like and what buyers are looking for and what budget ranges those pictures are in and which ones are making money. If you don't want to do that, and then you make a picture and you make no money, you really don't have anyone to blame but yourself. It's absolutely the end use and the marketing, the distribution and publicity, festivals, you should be looking at that from the beginning, from inception of your story. Just like you trust a DP to shoot the picture because he knows more about lighting and camera than you do, or an editor because he knows a lot more about cutting than you do. Distributors and sales agents know more about selling in the market than you do. And so if you want a better chance at getting some sort of return, involve people that know more about what they do than you do about what they do. And I say this all the time when I hire people. I say, look, I hired you because you know more about what you do than I know about what you do. So I'm going to tell you the result I want. I'm going to tell you when I want it by. I'm going to tell you what resources I'm going to give you to get me that result. And if you say, yep, I can do it, I'm going to say, great, go do it then. And I'm here to support you. You tell me, hey, I need you to do this or that. As long as it's within those parameters, done. If there's a problem, we'll fix it. you know, and we'll make sure it doesn't happen again. So, you know, trust but verify, but I don't stand over their shoulders, you know, making sure, I hired you because this is what you do and you're better at it than I am. So go do it. And the crew loves that. You're always learning. And the day you stop learning, go home, do something else. Why are you doing this? You know? So I'm always learning. I'll be learning till the day I die. That's one of the things I love about this.